Okay, here's the thing I want you to do. You're not going to solve these equations. What you're going to do is write the method used to solve the equation. Now, the method depends on, it's either going to be one of two things. Factoring or what we call like terms. Now, here's how we know that. Factoring. If I have an x squared and then another type of x that's not to the second power, we have to use factoring. That's when we get our 0 and set up the GCF in the T box. So F and then write GCF T because there's 1, 2, 3 terms. Okay, we have x to the third, but we also have other kinds of x's, x second and x. So that's another factoring problem. Just put F, and what you write is grouping, and then dots, because there's 4 terms. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, here I have x second, and I have x. So there's more than one type of x. So again, it's another factoring problem. 1, 2, 3. So GCF and T. Here I have x squared and x. So again, more than one kind of x. So that is factoring, but there's 2 terms. So it'd be GCF and DOPS. My next problem, I have x squared, but that's the only kind of x I have is a second power. So we're not going to be factoring. That is like terms, since there's only one. If it's like terms, just write that answer, and then I want to see a box around your x, because that's where we'd go with that. Okay, next problem. X squared and x, there's more than one arrow that I drew, so that's factoring, and that's 3 terms, so GCF and T. Okay, I've got x squared, but I also have a regular x, so again, that's factoring, so that'd be GCF and T. Here I have x squared and regular x. So again, factoring, but there's 2 terms. So GCF, 1, 2, and DOPS. Okay, next problem. I've got x squared, I've got x, so we need to use factoring. There's 1, 2, 3, GCF, and T. We got x third, x second, and x. So factoring in 1, 2, 3 things. So GCF and T. X squared and x. So again, factoring, and there'd only be 2 terms. So GCF and DOPS. Of course, I'd have to subtract 18x to the other side. Because whenever I factor, the equation's got to be equal to 0. Okay, x squared and x, so that's again 2 terms. So that's again 2 different kinds of x's, x squared and x. So that's an f with 3 terms, so GCF T. Here, all you have is x squared, so only one type of x, okay? So again, that's like terms. So put a box around it, and that's your answer for today. Okay? We got x squared and x, so that one has more than one type, so it makes it factoring 1, 2, 3 GCF T. Again, more than one type, so it's factoring. That'd be GCF and T. Okay, here we got there, there, and there, so that's more than one type. Okay, so that's factoring 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 means we do the grouping method and Dobbs.